final episode is here in the 10 most infamous psychopaths. Now, just to be clear, I got this list from a website, so this was like a pre-selected list. There are other lists out there. There's like 15 on some, and there's some for women. So I picked a specific list, which I can link, and we're at number 10. First of all, I'll apologise. I've got new glasses, and it's taking a little while to get used to them, so my eyes look a little bit tired and a little bit sore, but ignore that. So number 10 of most infamous psychopaths of modern history is not really modern history, but Vlad the Impaler. So Vlad III, or Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Dracula, was essentially the president of Romania in the 1400s. So he died in 1477. He was born in around 1428/29, they believe. And he did 3 runs as, it's called a voivode, and essentially means prince of. At the time it was called Wotachia, which is essentially now Romania. He was the inspiration behind Bram Stoker's Dracula character, or at least the name was. Had it pretty tough growing up. There was a time where he was actually held hostage for 5 years by the Ottoman Empire as a child, with his dad and his brother. So yeah, not a great start. Not much more known about his younger years, but we're going to skip forward to when he became the person he's famous for. So he would invite his enemies to dinner and kill them. Yeah, I think enough is said there. So Vlad the Impaler's name comes from the fact that his favourite form of torture was to impale people. And I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can Google what that means, but I'll give a brief explanation. Impaling someone is essentially when you stick something up someone's bum and leave it there, and it kills them. So so he would have big spikes, huge spikes. You're talking like 12-foot tall spikes, and they would be impaled into the victim's rectum, and then they would be essentially like dug into the ground, and these people would just hang there from above, impaled up their butt, alive. His victims were also beheaded. They were skinned, and they were, like, their abdomens were cut, dismembered, and they were boiled alive in some cases as well. But he did then deem that impaling them was his favourite form of torture. Now, he had men do this for him. He would just, order the horrificness and watch it happen, basically. So when the impaling took place, the stick goes all the way up to the shoulders, or like this sort of area. And sometimes it would take them days to die, and they'd be literally impaled into the ground, high up in the sky. I can't. During the war with the Ottomans, he ordered, once they retreated from battle, he ordered the 20,000 fallen Ottoman soldiers to be impaled in a field. So all 20,000 were. And the Sultan, so the Ottomans were essentially, they were the Turkish, and the Sultan of these Turkish came across this field with 20,000 of his soldiers and was so terrified he actually fled to Constantinople. And that was essentially it for the war between Vlad the Impaler / Romania and Turkey. Not long after the 20,000 impalement thing happened, Vlad was forced into exile and was eventually imprisoned in Hungary. And then in 1476, he was released, went back to what is now Romania, and went back into battle with more Ottoman soldiers, and his team and himself, they were ambushed. And although his remains have never been found, it is believed, or at least legend has it, that he was hacked into loads of pieces by these Ottoman soldiers and paraded around the town to say, yeah, we've killed Vlad the Impaler. He is still believed as a hero in Romania, like I said in the beginning. and the protection that he did give to Europe, and, you know, the areas that he was protecting is to this day still deemed as a sign of kind of iconic in, you know, battle history, military history. He was vile, but he protected a lot of people, and things wouldn't be how they are today without Vlad the Impaler. In 1897, Bram Stoker wrote Dracula, Count Dracula, which is, you know, who we know as Dracula today, but it is believed that the inspiration behind him was Vlad the Impaler / Vlad Dracula, which is what he's also known as, and it does make sense, to be fair. So that's it for most infamous psychopaths in modern history. I think I want to do women next. There's quite a few women out there. You've got Eileen Wuornos, Myra Hindley, Rose West. So yeah, I think I'll do women next. And then after that, we'll see where it takes us. Thanks, guys.